Since I read the Personal Recollections of Joan of Arc by Mark Twain, I will be traveling to France from October 7th to 14th to gain a better understanding of the time period and the footsteps of Joan of Arc. I will fly out of Boston at 6:15 p.m. and get on a 9-hour and 25-minute flight into Paris, landing in Charles de Gaulle Airport. Once I land in Paris, I will stay at the hostel Arti Paris for $48 a night. Following my flight, I will take a nap since I'll be so tired. Once I am well rested from my nap, I will walk down to the Louvre, where I will see many works of art, including a statue of Joan of Arc, along with a painting of Joan of Arc. Following my trip to the Louvre, I will only walk a couple blocks down the street to see another monument of Joan, the Place des Pyramides, and then return to my hotel, Arti Paris. The following day, I will buy a round-trip ticket to Neufchâteau for $52. The train will leave at approximately 7 a.m. and I will arrive at Neufchâteau at 9:30 a.m. I will then take a taxi to Domremy. It is a point of interest for me because it is the birthplace of Joan of Arc. This is where we should start our journey. This is a painting of where Joan of Arc was born and raised in Domremy. It is turned into a museum dedicated to Joan, and the admission is free, so I will be sure to visit. I will take the train back to Paris at 12:48, then see the Eiffel Tower, which will cost about €12 to the top. Following my visit, I will stay at the Arti Paris once again. The total cost to come back from Domremy is about $79, plus the $48 for the hotel. The next day, I will leave on a train for Orleans at 9 a.m. and arrive at the Gare d'Orléans station at 10:10. The cost of the train ticket will be about €25, round trip. I will then observe the city of Orleans to imagine a simulation of the siege that Joan of Arc gloriously won. After letting my imagination run rampant, I will walk over to the memorial statue of Joan of Arc centered in the town square. After viewing the statue, I will walk to Joan of Arc's honorary house and be admitted to the house for free since I am 16. Once I've seen everything, I will leave Orleans at 4:40 and take a train to go to Chinon and arrive there at approximately 8:40 p.m. for €25. Chinon is a point of interest because Joan came here to plead to Charles VII for a substantial amount of troops. This is Charles VII. This is what is left of the castle that Joan was held and interrogated in by Charles's council in Chinon before being granted the troops that she rightly deserved. Since it will be so late, I will stay at the Hostel Gargantua, a 4.5-star hotel, for luckily only $80 a night. I will depart from Chinon by train at about 9:35 a.m. to go to Rouen, the most important place of the trip. Once I arrive at Rouen at about 3 p.m., I will walk to the Joan of Arc Museum. The admission there is €5. I will cross the street soon after the museum tour, and buy the famed candy, Joan's Tears. After enjoying the tears, I will see Tour Joan d'Arc. It was in this dungeon tower in Rouen that Joan of Arc was imprisoned and threatened with torture in 1430. Her trial had been committed to this very castle. After seeing Rouen, I will return to Paris at around 6:45 p.m. by train, and stay yet another night at the Arti Paris hostel for $48. The following day, I will take a Loire Valley tour from Paris for $160 to see the castles in the Loire Valley. That includes the towns Azay-le-Rideau, Valandres, Chenonceau, Amboise, and Clos-Lucé. This trip reveals more architecture from Joan's age, as well as a discovery to more of the surrounding castles of Domremy, Joan's homeland. From Paris, I will take the train to Compiègne. The train round trip is €68. The arrival will be at about 10:30 a.m. Compiègne is a place of importance because Compiègne is where Joan of Arc was captured by the Burgundians and imprisoned for 7 months before being turned over to the English. This is a depiction of when Joan of Arc was captured by the Burgundians in battle. And once Joan was turned over to the British, the French hero was burned at the stake for being tried as a heretic. I will also be visiting the memorial Joan of Arc statue in the town square of Compiègne. After I see the statue, I will take my train back to Paris at 4:15 p.m. and see the Notre Dame Cathedral. I will also be seeing the statue of Joan of Arc outside of the cathedral. It is located there because Joan was extremely devout to God. Once I'm done viewing the cathedral, I will stay my final night in the Arte Paris for $48. My final day in France will consist of traveling to Charles de Gaulle Airport and successfully getting on my flight at 1:50 p.m. for a 10-hour flight back to Boston. And once I return to school, I will be able to successfully reveal all I've learned about Joan of Arc from this 7-day trip.